How excited are players going to be for Innistrad Remastered? We've now started to see spoilers appear for the cards, and the funny thing is, I think I've seen them before. Innistrad Remastered is right around the corner, and many Magic players are now starting to ask that question. Is this going to be a product that I want to purchase and enjoy? But in today's video, I'm going to defend the position that you should stay away from Innistrad Remastered at all costs. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thank you again for hanging out with me on the channel today. Now, remastered products have been around for a while. I did a video just a few weeks ago talking about the history of remastered products and where these products are coming from, where they're going, and what Wizards of the Coast stands to gain from recycling old news. Now, what I mean is, no matter how you look at a remastered product, no matter how it's packaged, it is still cards that already exist in Magic the Gathering. There's nothing new to look at. The best the Wizards of the Coast can offer you is a window dressing appeal of a card. If we showed you guys Meathook Massacre, here, let me show you. Meathook Massacre, the new one. Look at this artwork, guys. It is beautiful artwork. But when I read the text, you know what I get? It's still just Meathook Massacre. And if I jump over, well, that's still a Snapcaster Mage, and I understand that. And let's not forget that we've got cards like Emrakul, The Promised End. Like, I look at that card, the 1930s feel movie poster look, the stuff they kind of showed us in some of the secret layers, and the double feature kind of muted out kind of tone. But guys, it's still the same card. They have nothing new to offer you, the player, before you purchase it. What you're getting is stuff that's already out there. Now, taking that a step further, let's not forget that Innistrad is a pretty good set series. There's a couple of weak sets that didn't do well in the series, but when you look at Eldred Moon, when we take a look at the original Innistrad, even things like Dark Ascension may not be as powerful as they could have been, but there's enough of a storyline there, enough of a nostalgia factor that can attract players in. So some players might be drawn to that kind of attraction of a nostalgic set appeal. But here's the thing, do you know that if you take a look at the prices for Innistrad Remastered, you know, Wizards of the Coast put tons of effort and work into selecting the cards and putting this as a set you can draft. But the thing is, if I look at a box, a play booster box, here in the US right now, it is $219 on Amazon. Now, if I go to Canada, it's $269.99 Canadian. That's for the play booster box. If you wanted to buy the collector box, which I'm not going to pick on, collector boxes for the sake of videos like this for a remastered product, given those fancy bling cards like Edgar Markov and stuff with the fancy artworks, I can see why a player with a really large pocketbook may buy those products. So I'm going to stick to the play booster box in this case. I'm going to take that one apart because for the price of that play booster box, I can get Crimson Vow bought, $112. I can get Midnight Hunt bought, $112. And that's in Canada. That means I'm paying less for 2 boxes than I would for one play booster box. But I know somebody out there right now is going to tell me, Moxman, you're missing the point. These are all kinds of cool cards. This is Avacyn, Angel of Hope. We've got all kinds of amazing cards that are going to draw people. Look at that Emrakul. Look at that Meathook Massacre. Have you guys noticed lately? Have you noticed that a lot of these cards aren't as powerful as they once were? If they were, they'd still get played all the time. Now, I'm not saying they don't ever appear, but do you think you're going to get all these cards in one box? Do you think you're going to get the cards I showed you in one box? Those are in collector boxes. You're not going to get that in a regular box. Don't be fooled. Keep your eyes open. Follow the bouncing ball. It'll disappear down a crevice, and it goes underneath into a street sewer, and your money is gone, and you're left with a pile of cards. Great cards to play with, but you could have had those cards anyway. You could just go buy a few single packs and do a chaos draft with your friends and still spend a way lot less money. You could go and pick up the cards I just shared with you as singles. If you really had to have them, and save a lot of money. I'm trying to save you guys that money. The idea that you get caught up into that FOMO event when, as this shirt would say, like when the beat drops, right? When the beat drops, you're just like, I gotta have it, man. My friends are buying it. People are getting it. It's a remastered product. I can buy every single remastered product right now. They're still sitting on the shelves years later. Look what happened with Dominaria Remastered. What Wizards of the Coast has tried to do, and they will be successful if these products keep selling in the volumes they're selling at, is they are giving us window dressing, but nothing new with the cards. Now, with a set like Foundations, where I went wrong with that conversation is the 50% reprints with 50% new attracts a whole different clientele. And I think that is something they're going to learn from and maybe adapt to. But it's not happening now. We're not getting new cards from Innistrad right now. There's no new creepy horror cards coming to save us. There's no monster from the Black Lagoon. We're not going to see Strahd von Zarovich from Ravenloft. We're not going to see Lord Soth coming in. If they threw us some surprise cards like that, hey, different beast. But they didn't. They're not going to right now. They don't have to because they think they've got you. And for a lot of players and the people who watch, you know there's going to be lots of players who still buy it. There's going to be a ton of players because there'll be people who want that experience. I'm here to argue against that experience because with the way we've got the cards now and the booster packs, they're so inexpensive. You could buy a whole bunch of a selection and do anything you want. You don't have, you can reach in, you can go, I'm going to play a Dragon Maze, a Khans of Tarkir. I'm going to grab a Fate Reforged. I'm going to get a Lorwyn, whatever you want. But you can look for very inexpensive ones too and still create a great Magic experience because the card mechanics are the same. It's just the artwork that has changed. A French fry and a French fry. They're both still French fries. You put ketchup on one, it's still a French fry, it just has a little bit of ketchup on it. There's nothing different about the French fry. It just looks a little bit different and maybe it tastes a little bit different, but it's the same thing. And with the prices they're charging, and that's my real caveat. If you've made this far, you're 7 minutes into my video. If you're a true believer, you guys know I have no problem with remastered products. I have a problem with the price. And not the collector boxes. I told you, I'm not picking on collector boxes. I'm picking on the actual box. Because if I want to have an experience with some friends, I remember buying these at 69 bucks. And this is the draft booster box, Crimson Vow. $69. You could have that experience with 6 friends. You're spending what, $7 each? 7 times 6, 42. No, $8 each, roughly. And you'll be able to get 6 packs each. Build a deck and play for hours. It's pretty awesome and pretty inexpensive. But the way Wizards has got people believing these cards are something that they're not. They're new. Look at this. Guys, this is an entirely different card. Look at that. Emrakul, I'm looking at it on my screen. This is an entirely different card. It's nothing like you've ever seen before. Wait. Is it? You're not fooled. You're not having a problem with your vision right now. It's the same card with different artwork. And I'm going to keep playing on this one for a long time. Unless they can bring the prices down, but still offer that flavor. You still want to have some great card construction put together. I want to see those blinged out cards. But since these cards and the mechanics already exist, and they're usually kind of depowered nowadays compared to the new cards, they could offer these at a discount to offer you something as a player to build your collection, to build the experience of playing Magic, and maybe build some more hardcore fans. That's where I would take it, and that's why I would stay away from it. Because they've offered no incentive for me to buy it. Fancy artwork doesn't get me. I know it'll get some of you. I know. I get it. But logically looking at my head, I just say, it's the same card. Why am I going to spend a premium for a slightly different artwork? And I know Magic's going that direction. I know I've got to adapt or die. But I'm going to try to save you guys money every single time when these kind of things come up. And I'm never going to be done. Never. Because if I save even 1 or 2 people that money and let them get a couple of singles and maybe let them try different Magic boxes or buy a few packs instead from different Magic series and have a little bit of fun that way and save money, I'm all on board, man. Either way, you guys let me know. Did these cards attract you? Did you feel that itch to open your wallet and buy a box? Did you say, you know what, there's a few singles I want to buy right now, and I think I'm going to go that route, Mox, man. I think I can't help myself. I can't wait to see what happens. I see Amazon's at like 200 plus boxes. Locally, the sales are abysmal, but that means nothing because now we've seen spoilers, and spoilers can get that hype train right back on track. You guys let me know. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, although I tried to convince you not to buy Innistrad Remastered, I gotta pay homage to the amazing patrons I have on my channel supporting me each and every day. Guys, because of these patrons, we get daily uploaded content. My YouTube membership members are tuning in every day. Thanks again for stopping by my channel. Thanks again for being a patron and a supporter. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Welcome back to the end of the video. You have got a backstage pass. I see it on your neck right now. It gives you unlimited access to the Moxman. And what do I gotta say? Well, honestly, I know people are going to buy this product. I know after seeing these cards, there's going to be a certain segment of players who love the artwork so much on these new cards, they're going to dive right in hoping to crack one up. That crack addiction is going to go huge. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I've said you shouldn't buy it. That's my opinion. That's my stance. And maybe a few people will listen and they'll save a little bit of money and they'll wait a little while. And when they see these things still shitting on the shelves, just sitting there doing nothing, maybe that's the time they'll buy them. Maybe they'll wait for a discount day a year from now. Because again, these cards already exist. It's not like they're offering a new experience. It's the same old experience, just a different decade. Guys, thanks a lot for hanging out. See you soon. Ramble Jamble.